AITA for yelling at a friend to leave for knocking down a Sticky Man toy that's been on the ceiling for 7 years by you, Mr. Throwaway. 7 years ago, I threw up a Sticky Man toy on the ceiling in my room. To my surprise, it stayed for a couple minutes, which turned into hours, then days, then weeks, then months. Now it's been 7 years. And while it's just a toy, I've grown attached to it to the point where I'd be crushed if it were knocked down. When I invited my friend over, I specifically told him as we walked in pretty much exactly what I just said. First thing he does, jumps and smacks it down. This made me really angry. And I came close to hitting him, but I just yelled at him to leave. He looked at me like I was crazy and told me to calm down because it's just a toy. He tried to laugh it off, but eventually I made him leave. I told my other pal, who I've known for a long time, about it, and he told me I overreacted. Looking back, I feel weird about it, but still, 7 years. I've looked up at it, hoping to tell my future kids about it or something. Am I the asshole?
The most egregious thing you can ever do is tell someone to calm down.
Telling people to calm down, first of all, it never works, so it's not effective, but it's also sort of like saying your feelings are completely wrong.
He specifically told him that he does not want him to knock it down, and then the kid goes and knocks it down. That's a shitty move. This is something that happened to me just last week with the Toronto Golden State game. I had recorded the game, was looking forward to watching it after an improv show that I was doing, and I told everyone in the lobby of the theater, don't tell me the end of the Toronto Golden State game. I've recorded it, and some douchebag walks up to me and goes, Golden State wins. And I was furious with him.
You might think that the ending to the Toronto game is important.
Right.
But I don't give a shit, so I can ruin it for you. Right? But it's important to you. That's what matters. Fist Far Far writes, NTA, it doesn't matter how silly it is. If you tell him you are attached to something and the first thing he does is disrespect that, it's not about the toy, it's about a lack of respect.
So the first word I learned how to spell when I was little was R-E-S-P-E-C-T, mostly because of the Aretha Franklin song, but I looked like a genius when I was 4. That's the first word I learned to spell, and it's one of the first lessons I got as a kid. Being raised in the South was respect.
Krusty the Sock writes, NTA, I had something similar, a jelly liquid ibuprofen capsule that burst, and during a joking argument with my husband, I threw it at the ceiling in frustration, and it stuck around for a year. Hubby's a-hole friend came in one day, told him the story, he climbed the couch and knocked it down. Everybody knew about the ceiling decoration and would joke about it. Come on, it's an asshole move. Even if it is a stupid thing, I think it starts to take on an importance greater than itself. I mean, isn't that what art is? It's something that you invest in that is greater than itself. I mean, what is art? It's a mess on a canvas is all it really is. It doesn't do anything.
My parents have a meatball that has been in their freezer for 30 years. It was like...
Can you imagine if I walked in and just said, hey, I'm going to put this in the microwave and eat it in front of them?
Erica ate it. She ate the 30-year meatball.
I wonder if you would get sick eating that. I mean, it's been in the freezer. But yeah, this is an emotional meatball. It's a metaphor for their relationship. They opened up a meatball stand at some food festival, and they saved one meatball, and it's been in their freezer ever since. It's been in multiple freezers.
That's beautiful. Honestly. How long have they been married?
That's a great question, Erica. I have no clue. I'm the asshole when it comes to my parents' ages or how long they've been married or...
Mike, you're not an asshole. You're just not a good son. Bottom line, this wasn't an important thing, but it was important to OP. He explained it. His friend blatantly disrespected it. No way around that. Muka King writes, however, YTA, it doesn't matter. No one will care about the story. If you told me that, I'd say, wow, crazy. Not worth sacrificing a friendship.
It's a lack of respect. And so is that the kind of friend that you want to continue down, as somebody that would do something like that? OP might have overreacted, but just that general tone, is that something you really want to invest in?
Kicking him out is warranted. Give yourself a day or two to come down. If the friend apologizes for destroying your sacred sticky man relic, then I think it's fine. You can move on, be friends, and understand that that's like, hopefully the person who knocked down the sticky toy can learn from this experience and have more respect for their friends in the future.
Let this guy apologize. Let the friendship go back. I think a friendship lives not on the premise that there will never be conflict, but that a friendship can resolve conflict.
That's the basis of any friendship, is this, that like, we're going to get through this no matter what.
That just makes friendships stronger. I think friendships without any issues can be kind of not vapid, but shallow friendships.
Yeah, that almost is when you truly become friends with someone, is when you have a conflict and the other person is either kind of there for it or they're like, nah, like I don't care about you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not the asshole.